Hi everyone, this is Angela. Today I'm going to talk about Equity in Music Education by D.N. Gray. Cultural diversity in the music classroom, embrace the challenge. What is diversity? Diversity is the condition or fact of being different or varied. Variety, also the mixture of races and religions that make up a group of people. The challenge is before us as music educators to embrace this difference, and our willingness to do so is vital to the success of our music programs. There are two ways to view the diversity in a classroom. One approach is to see it as adversity, a challenging, unwelcome difficulty intruding into our plans. This negative view can render music teachers ineffective and hinder students' musical growth. Another approach is to see it as electricity, an energy of exploration that can spark interest, creativity, and growth. Thus, we can choose how we view diversity, and we can use this diversity to transform our classroom experience into a dynamic synthesis in which positive energy can form something new and ever-changing. The writer thinks of the word embrace as an acronym, and each letter representing a strategy that can be used for effectively welcoming and managing diversity in the classroom. So let's start with the E. The first E stands for encourage interaction. The first few weeks of instruction are crucial to developing a climate of mutual respect and a sense of community. We as teachers should set the tone by greeting each student, smiling, and introducing them to each other. We also should refuse to accept racial slurs and negative put-downs, gestures, or facial expressions. Every teacher must find what works best for each group of students. Establishing the basic commonality that we are all one race, the human race, has made a huge difference. Teachers can then ask questions, share who they themselves are, smile, and even use icebreakers or team-building activities. Next, M helps us recall that it's important to make listening a priority. We as teachers should learn who students are by listening and observing them before, during, and after class. By physically sitting down communicates that we are interested and willing to focus on the students can help setting the tone for relaxing and meaningful interchange. B stands for beware of cultural difference. Students will read everything the teacher does through their own cultural experience. However, we should not be reactive or make assumptions about students' behavior. We should take the time to be informed about students' cultures and personalities. Some students need personal space. Some are reserved and quiet and even avoid direct eye contact, while others are expressive and loud. If a student will not make direct eye contact, it may be because in his or her culture, this is viewed as a sign of disrespect. So, becoming aware of this varying perspective and trying to view things through the eyes of your students can make a huge difference when teaching about eye contact in musical performance. Next, R reminds us to respect all students. When students know that teachers have the same expectation for themselves and for them, they have more reason to respect us and each other. We should make every effort to equally value and appreciate each student. For example, culture share in which students choose the visual and performing arts to express who they are. Every student shares but can decide if he or she prefers to work independently or in groups. Giving students opportunity to design, create, and share their projects has generated excitement, interest, respect, empathy, and a sense of community. A stands for address problems. Teachers can create trust by taking time to address little things before they become big things. Bullying can be subtle, but if students know that our classrooms are safe zones, they will trust us and each other. Building trust is essential for learning, especially when students are sharing their most personal and vulnerable part of who they are, their musical voice. Some examples of addressing problems are no tolerance for rudeness, strategically designing seating arrangements, separating incompatible students, and allowing students to self-monitor their emotions by using a timeout hand signal when they need to step outside the classroom for 1 minute of solitude. C. Prompt us to create community. For some students, we may be the only person in a position to model or teach acceptance, appreciation, and respect for others. We can build community by establishing an identity as a class or example. We laugh, cry, cheer each other on, and work through problems together. Lastly, the final E stands for Enjoy Your Students. We can choose whether our culturally diverse classes will be negative and energy draining, or positive and life-changing. May we as educators live, love, and learn from our students. Embrace the challenge as only you can. That's all from me today. Thank you for listening.